Hi, this is 365801 and this is a 2025 Buzzword Reading Challenge TBR and recommendations video. Now, I used to make these kinds of videos all the time as the Buzzword Reading Challenge, hosted by Kayla from Books and Lala, link in the description, has been running this for several years now, and I always enjoyed it and I always had a great time and I liked making the videos, I liked giving the TBR and recommendations, and I really missed out on that, and I really did feel like I was missing out in 2024. I wasn't as organised, I wasn't reading as much, and I wasn't feeling as though I was part of the community as much. And I wanted to get back into that in 2025. So we are back with some BL, TBR, and recommendations videos for the Buzzword Reading Challenge in 2025. Now, as usual, this is hosted by Kayla from Books and Lala. This is something that she's been doing for a long time and it's really enjoyable. All you need to do is read a book with a buzzword, and every month is a different buzzword. Sometimes the words are specific and sometimes they are thematic. And the first one for January is going to be a specific word. In fact, it's going to be two. So we're going to get into it. As usual, down in the description, I will have a link to Kayla's announcement video where she has a link to all of the visuals that you might need to take part for this Buzzword Reading Challenge. Now for January, we have the buzzwords truth and lies. Now for truth, it also includes the word true, although I'm not entirely sure if it also includes the word truly, maybe. And lies, liar, and lying. And I already know that I have some in my BL collection that have these buzzwords in the title. Now, as per usual, I would go over to my spreadsheet. I have been trying to update it. It is a work in progress, but it's pretty organized just now, so I feel like it's a good one to go for. So the first word I put in was truth, and the first one that came up for the word truth was actually Finder. Now, Finder is quite an interesting one because it's had three different publications be beautiful. June manga and then Sublime. So the truth one is Truth in the Viewfinder, which is volume 5. Finder is, of course, Ayano Yamane's sort of journalist, mafia guy, yakuza, I guess. I don't know. He's a businessman. The red flag semi to all red flag semis, absolute joy. But of course, June manga only had the first 7 volumes. So let's have a wee look at the ones for Sublime. So when we look for Finder here, move this. This one has a slightly different name. This is Naked Truth. A very similar cover, obviously, the cover artwork. But at the moment, we have, I think, 13 volumes in the Sublime. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can find it. So I had to go all the way upstairs to find it because this is still upstairs. This is the 13th volume, and I have not read... I've read volume 10, but I've not read volume 11, 12, and 13. So I do have 3 volumes to read of it. And I've not actually ever, as you can see, this still has plastic on, read most of the Sublime versions. Because often I just reread the Junie ones and I don't need to take the plastic off. So yeah, I've never done that. But I definitely could do a reread of Finder. Now, I don't think I have any more that has truth in it, and I wasn't sure if I had any that said true, but I do have one here, there it is, that says truly, and I'm wondering if that would count for this. The Flower That Seems to Truly Dance by Saki Tsukahara. This is a beautiful historical one set in the time period, like, is it Taisho era? So, spicy, about like a traditional dancer. It's set in the time of the war, so it's definitely full of a bit of tragedy, you know, pining, all those good stuff. I really love things that are Meiji Taisho era set anyway. I really love that kind of time period. And this is just, look at that, stunningly beautiful. Kimono, give me a kimono. Love it. So yeah, I feel like this should count. Truth and Lies, True, Lie, Truly, maybe? Could be, that's maybe a stretch, but I feel like this should count. Now, if we're going to count that one, I feel like I should be able to find another one here. I don't know if I actually have it. Let's see. Truly Kindly. This is another one that has Truly in it. Truly Kindly, Fumi Yoshinaga. I have read this one. Have I read Lovers in the Night? I might have done as well. So this is a collection of short stories by Fumi Yoshinaga, also involving some historical setting ones. So I do remember it was an interesting one to read. I'll catch up on your later adventures in Lovers in the Night. So I read this one and then I read Lovers in the Night. I think it's Gerard and Jacques I perhaps still have not read. So yeah, this is another one that says Truly. Like I said, I'm not sure if this counts, but I'm putting it on the list anyway. When we move on from Truth and we go to Lies, the first one I thought of, because I'm not sure if I've actually read it, is Lies and Kisses. This is a Minase Masara work by Drama Queen, so a very old one. And Minase Masara has very much same face, like all of her characters look the same. But you know, a lot of mangaka do. And she's written so much, but like very little of it was ever actually published in English. So I don't remember reading this. I'm sure I have at some point. So this is definitely one that I'd like to put on my TBR. Because I have it in the collection and I'm not 100% sure if I've read it. So this is one that I definitely want to, and it fits the prompt. If we head back over here, I feel like this is it this one? Yes. A Liar in Love is another one. I also thought this was in my other collection. There's so many that I've brought over and I haven't fully been able to keep track of them. This is Kiyo Ueda. I think I have read this, but I don't think it was great. So, I mean, it's a one shot, so it should be a fine one to read again, just in case. But I think this is one that I was like, oh, I haven't read it yet, but I obviously have. So yeah, this is A Liar in Love. I'm not sure 100% if I want to. I'll probably read it again just to check to see what it's about. Because I cannot remember for the life of me. I cannot remember. And if I can't remember, I should give it a go, you know? Give it another read, give it another try. The last two manga I have to show are ones that I knew I didn't have in this collection. So when I was heading down, I made sure to go out of my way to bring up another couple of stacks of manga so that I could add them to TBRs throughout the year. And of course they would be right down at the bottom. Give me 2 seconds. So here we have another two. This one I know I've read, but it's been such a long time that I kind of feel like I don't remember too much about it. Lies Are a Gentleman's Manners by Marta Matsuo. This is a good one for like set outside of Japan. I think this was something that is supposed to have a foreigner as one of the characters. And so this was like really well loved when it came out, but it's been such a long time now. The other one is An Even More Beautiful Lie by Kei Kanai. This still has its plastic on, and that's because I have this as a digital copy and I would read it on my Kindle, my iPad all the time. It like looks really thin, but the artwork is stunning. I love Kei Kanai's work. It's so intricate and kind of, it has a particular style to it. It seems like it's layered. It has a sort of layering effect, which is just beautiful. But it's been such a long time since I last read this. So yeah, I could definitely read this, even if it's not my physical one and keep the plastic on. I could just reread the digital because I have 2 copies. So I mean, it's that. But yeah, this is another one to add, which has Lie in the title. Now, one last one that I did want to show that's in my collection that I have actually read this year already, and that's specifically because of this prompt. That is Kiss Me Liar by Zig. This is the physical volume 1. I don't think we got volume 2. There is a third volume as well, and I don't even think that's the proper full story because there's extras and stuff as well. But I went out of my way in January, especially when I was ill, to lie in bed and read this, and then I actually purchased the next 2 volumes digitally just so I could continue to read it. You can get this on a multitude of platforms in different translations, so yeah, check out if you can. But this was something that I wanted to show. I want to try and see if I can show or showcase some yaoi novels or translated works in prose that will also have something of the prompt. So if you're not reading manga, you could also maybe read this. So I'm just going to add this to the pile. So that is everything in my collection that has either truth, true, lies, liar, or lying. I checked through my spreadsheet. This is everything I've got. I don't know if there's any other BL that's come out since that I haven't collected yet in my collection that has these words in it. If there are, please let me know down in the comments so I can prioritize maybe picking them up for the rest of the year. I do want to eventually get everything that's published in BL in English, but I need to watch the pennies because I did spend a lot last year. So yeah, this is everything for January's buzzword. Not the cover prompt, just the buzzword prompt. So yeah, this is Finder, which we have Truth in the Viewfinder or Naked Truth. The flower that seems to truly dance, truly kindly, lies and kisses, a liar in love, an even more beautiful lie, and lies are a gentleman's manners. And of course, the one that I've already read there, Kiss Me Liar. So yeah, I am hoping to read as much of my monthly TBRs as I can. Throughout the year, I'm not going to prioritize making sure I get everything read in the month, but at least try and read them as part of 2025's readings. So yeah, I hope you find this interesting. I hope you take some of these recommendations away. And let me know if you've read any of them or if you have any recommendations yourself in the comments. That'd be great. Take care, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.